Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Team Fortress TV coverage of ETF2L Season 31, powered by Copenhagen Games and S31.tf. Alongside this, we actually have a real interesting game between Ascent.EU and Se7en. Some people are saying this is the prelude to the finals, but we will see as things go on. These are very strong teams, but I am not alone. I am joined by the legend himself. Guy's been putting in so much work on production. I'm joined by Beta in that role. And alongside that, I have the German analysis, the cold-hearted, calculated gentleman that is DuMmTm. How you doing, DuMmTm?
Hey, doing pretty good. Game crashed once, so I think that should be out of the equation for me today. And should be fine from here on out, hopefully.
Yeah, so just kind of going into this game, DuMmTm, it's going to be really interesting. So first off, we saw a little battle between the teams of who got blue.
That took a while, yeah.
Yeah, that did take a while, and Se7en actually won it. So we'll start with them, as they did win blue, and we'll kind of talk about their rosters. So obviously they're going to have Cadus not playing for the team and doing the old Se7en thing that we kind of know and love. So going through their roster, we have Thalash and Tiger on scouts. We have Captain and Starkey on soldiers, Domo picking up the demo class, and finally Raymond on med. Just an all-round interesting all-star team, kind of is the best way to put it. Wouldn't you agree, Dom?
Yeah, with Domo being the newest addition, obviously played pretty much the entire season with them now, replacing Cadus at the moment, who can't play. He did join them on scrims beforehand, I saw, in spec, so Coach Cadus is back in action, I would imagine. Obviously not on this server today, because that's not in the rules anymore, unfortunately.
Oh.
But he did help them out on some scrims I saw, which went decently well for them. They aren't the keenest team on either of those two maps here today, but they did manage pretty well against Aura Electro with that, so should be a fairly decent game for them either way.
And do you want to run us through the losers, the guys who had to play on the red team? Do you want to bring us through Ascent.EU?
Yeah, we have Anakur on the Demoman, we have Drag and Celentis on the Soldiers, Credu and Amps on the Scouts, Finnish Scout duo. And on Medic now, with Nursey leaving, we have Connor back into Premiership.
And again, a really decent... Oh, I thought we were going straight in. But again, like, the Ascent.EU roster has an amazing selection of players as well. It's kind of insane. Like, Drac is an ex-Se7en player and done really well. Am's the same, but had loads of really good work through circuits, through previous seasons. Celentes, I've always considered as a bit of a LAN god. So I don't really know how he really fares online, but LAN, he always brings it. And Elikor's, like the godly aggressive demo. But we're going to be bringing this in for the Season 31 Week 5 game between Se7en and Ascent.EU. We're going to be going into the first mid on the first map. And right now, let's just have a quick look how things are going. So Domo seems a little bit quicker than Elikor, so he's just decided to get that stick in, gets a bit of damage. And now we're just waiting for the bombs, the initiation coming out from the teams. And Starkey looking kind of interestingly on the sides, but it's a lot of spam. No one's really taking charge, but Drac and Celentis go over the top straight on Raymond. Raymond goes down really quickly. They get cleaned up. Connor goes down to Captain with a return bomb. And Se7en are just cleaning house right now. There was a really good aggression from Ascent, but they weren't able to cap it off. And Credu and Ams trapped in that lower area, not really able to pressure them too much, but keeping Tiger at bay. They press him from different angles. Captain's getting very low. He ends up going down. Tiger's onto Ams. Ams takes down Tiger as well. He takes down... They win the mid. What just happened?
That's what you get if you leave two scouts alive on a midpoint. It just can't happen. Sometimes this DM is all you need. We can talk about strikes all you want. The mid fight was still fairly well played on both sides. Ascent, like you mentioned, just wanted to play the aggression faster. Didn't get enough damage and follow-up, most importantly, with the bombs in the end. So Se7en could clean up really efficiently, but two scouts, man, and two Finnish scouts on top of that will mean a lot here at the end of the mid, but still going deep as well. Wants to catch on Domo, and he will do that. Starting from backline zone, nobody checked, saw.
Oh, he gets Connor and Credu go down as well. Am's going down. They're getting cleaned up by Se7en. They're kind of returning the favour. Helicor's all on his own, gonna get cleaned up. And that was really well read by Se7en. Like, Starkey's positioning was really good. Celentis' aggression was any other med, I'd say that level of aggression may catch them out, but you're talking about Raymond here. Like, Raymond's positioning was good that entire situation, and I feel like you know, Se7en just started cleaning house, and Connor just didn't know Starkey was there, and the cleanup from Starkey just kind of secured that for them.
Yeah, Am's mentioned as well, they want to play more aggressive than they see usually in ETF2L, and we see quite a bit of that here today. So far it's been a 50-50 like we saw on mid, it worked decently well. On second, obviously they left a huge hole on the backline. Stark just came in completely uncontested, got all these kills.
And they're actually going in on the right-hand side with this Uber. They've tried to get some time on the point, not able to do it. Elikor cleans up to Lash, but the sentry gun has gone down, and there's a bit of an extension coming out of Se7en. Domo's kind of trapped in, gonna get cleaned up. There's a Pudis out on Credu.
And it didn't catch too much with this Uber, lose two players. Ascent wants to try to make some moves out of last with this. It's always sketchy to move out of Snake last, but so far they're pushing them back really efficiently, catching Captain as well. Denied his jump, denied his chance to catch Connor to force this Uber, and they're leading with this push out really well and still have Uber ad and player ad to get into mid for free as well.
Yeah, but Salentis gets a lot of damage taken on him by Starkey, but they're able to get it in. Right now it doesn't seem like either team got, you know, no one really wants to fight this. Se7en doing the right decision and actually backing out. They're dealing with a lot of people on grass. Oh, Am's going down, but Starkey getting cleaned up off his own damage, so that's a bit of a trade, but not too much. Can you just bear with me a second? I need to fix my HUD, so carry on.
Sure. And like you said, Stark and Am's trade there, but most importantly, Stark with this bomb dealt so much damage to Connor that it just slowed this entire push down. It wasn't a huge advantage situation for Ascent anyway, but this just stopped them in their tracks and delayed this until this even Uber stalemate. Now, Stark currently is spy checking in spawn, seeing if Abs has any funny ideas with off classes. So far not the case, so Ascent just sticking with the normal class lineup for now, and sooner or later somebody will have to make a move here, and this is where Snake can slow down really easily. Let's see if
Salentis going in, he just gets skyboxed, but Drag coming in with another bomb as well, gets completely denied, gets cleaned up by Starkey, and this just feels like an opportunity for Se7en. They do play a lot more aggressive than we've previously seen. I feel like Starkey and Tiger just both being on the team just creates that level of aggression. Starkey managing to get out, taking a lot of spam. They're going to slow it down. They're ready for the repush coming out of AMS, and he's just gone in. The Ubers are being exchanged right now. Starkey actually gets cleaned up by Credu, and they're trying to pressure them in sword. No one's really kind of winning this exchange, DuMmTm. As they do go in, Salentis bombing in onto them, cleans him up so quickly. Tiger going down as well. Captain in the back lines gets cleaned up. Drak going down, but it does not matter because I feel like Ascent. Oh, and Credu's in.
There's a spawn notification. Stark gets it just in time. Raven is so weak though, he still needs to be careful. Elikor is wanting to get some spam in his Soldier, jumps in as well, but just straight for the point, doesn't care. Cleans up Raymond. Salentis winning this round for his team.
Yeah, nice really good decision there.
That exchange was really well done. They played exactly to Se7en expectations. Se7en wanted to just throw Stark at them, force the Uber, then pop into them. But Connor and Co just popped in immediately. Stark got caught out by this. They got the kill before Raymond could flash his Soldier. They got the one kill they wanted, and the repush over grass after the exchange on the Saw was just really well done. They got in there cleanly and got all the kills they wanted. Really well done by Ascent here.
And yeah, and coming into the second mid, it's again kind of slow. Both demos in at the same time. Salentis looking to do a very high bomb right now. Tries to go in on Raymond. Just look at that air shot onto Starkey as he goes down. And they're backing out off that. They lost Domo as well. They really don't want to be in, and that's going to be a very clean, not losing any players mid from Ascent.
Yeah, that's really interesting bombs. They didn't really commit super deep, and not for the targets you usually saw. They just took whatever was the closest, and some really nice shots off the back of that meant they did get both of those kills, and they want some more. Again, playing fast, playing aggressive if they can help with Drag. So far, and gets the force out of Raymond, a kill on the Tiger by Credu as well, makes this all the better while everybody else on the center just leaves out safely. Connor not having to use until maybe now, preferably obviously not, and Se7en is scared of this entire situation, just backing out of the blast again.
Ascent have full control of the pace right now. They are in control. They're in the driver's seat, it really feels like, in this game, and I don't feel like Se7en are used to not being in that position, and they're trying to regain it, but I generally feel like Ascent are playing really well right now. Ex-players and all really good. They just know what to do, and AMS is going to take that Uber on the right-hand side, clean up the sentry gun. Elikor on top of the point, dealing with that spam. Captain bombing in. Salentis joining his team. Starkey coming in as well. A lot of players going down, but Captain Domo go down. 5 players down. Raymond's the only one left, and that's going to be 2-0 to Ascent.
Yeah, the pace they're playing right now is just overwhelming Se7en quite a bit. Another really convincing last push here by Ascent. And this has started getting better on the mids already. These bombs, they don't even look that great coming in, but they always find exactly what they want here.
Yeah, I feel like what's really impressive about the way Se7en is doing his bombs is he's kind of expecting to be popped up into the air, and he's using that to his advantage. And right now, again, Credu and Thalash battling for that top area. Drag going in on the right-hand side, straight on a Raymond. Raymond gets cleaned up straight away. And on the other side, Se7en's drag. Connor eventually goes down as well. And it's just kind of a DM battle. No one's got their heals. Elacor and Credu versus Thalash, Tiger, and Domo. I don't feel like Ascent really want to take this fight. And this is going to be the first mid actually going to Se7en.
Yeah, I feel like Connor was on the same page as everybody else there. He wanted to push across after the soldiers did their bombs, but everybody else was far back trying to still deny stuff, and he just got caught really badly on the point, losing his life a bit after Raymond. Not a lot of advantage to Se7en, but it is still there. And most importantly, it's a big win like you said, and Se7en needs some momentum in that game.
Yeah, and I feel like as they're coming in on this right-hand side, Se7en really need to take control of Se7en and drag bomb across. Domo takes a lot of damage. Seal does get picked off, but so does Tiger as a response. And look at this chariot coming out of Connor, but no! Starkey goes in, cleans him up. Elacor with a response, cleaning up Raymond as well. This is a really, really good play so far. And Starkey, only one left, is going to get cleaned up. That was such a good response from Ascent once again.
I wish I could see it, but that's fun.
Have you crashed, my friend?
No, I think things are moving. And there we go. Connor is dead. Raymond respawned as well. There we go, capping mid up, so this is where we leave off. And Se7en want to contest this. He's not up on the midpoint for Ascent quite yet. Raymond seems to be trackers and backlines. They see him early enough though. So that is being stopped. And with that, also everybody on Ascent is being forced out for the moment.
Yeah, and honestly, it's really surprising to see, like, we know that Se7en aren't too fond of snake water, but I feel really bad for them. Like, Ascent are really in control right now. Their ability to re-push and deny pushes out of Se7en are so good. They should be forcing Se7en to play a lot slower than they actually are. Like, Domo's taking way too much spam in Saw, and Starkey looking for an angle gets instantly denied. And it feels like Se7en really need to kind of get themselves, you know, just that little bit of almost calm down. And I can't believe I'm saying that about Se7en.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's been a problem for them for a while now, and at a certain level you can't really afford to have that too much anymore. And it just have a few of those, including Snake and Product as well. And so far, Snake weakness is showing certainly, and Ascent is making good use of this by just being really efficient on this fairly standard map, one of like the most popular three, I would say, we have in the game. Another stalemate, and usually Se7en likes these, but that's when they are in the lead. This is a whole different scenario now. They need to be the ones who are making plays, and Ascent can take their time and just be really choosy about what they want to use to actually leave second with now.
Yeah, they could just, it's kind of all about Ascent watching what Se7en are going to do. What options do Se7en actually have to break the stalemate right now?
Well, by the looks of it, they try to just find a good opening for Stark to jump in. He tried to skip jump through Saw, didn't hit the skip jump he wanted, just awkwardly land on the ground instead. Tries for another one.
Oh, wow!
Straight onto Se7en, but not
that would have been so good. What a jump. Oh no, so we are currently doing a radio cast because we've got a crash going on. We do apologize, that will be fixed shortly. So right now we've got players in Saw, we've got players in lower for Ascent, we've got a repush coming out of Se7en, and they are looking to deal a lot of damage to players who are all holding in the opening to Saw. Uber's actually come out on that Saw area. Drax trying to knife and pipe. The exchanges happened again in that Saw area by train. Captain escapes with his life very well. We may see a repush into Saw. Se7en's doing some spam. Right now, though, Se7en on mid. We got Ascent still on second, but they're very aggressive to Saw, just dealing that spam. Repush coming out onto grass from Se7en. Captain jumps over the top, dealing some damage onto Elacor. Se7en and Drak double bombing straight onto the players, but they're not able to actually land anything. But Ams and Credu start cleaning house, and that's 3 players down for 3. And 2 scouts versus the 2 scouts. 2 chariots battling right now. Actually, never mind. That's Starkey. He's playing soldier. I need to remember that. And surprisingly, Se7en gets second and are looking to go into Saw right now.
You gotta keep it alive some more, Grumpy, because the update that apparently just came out, the small one, I would imagine, given the size, also crashed my game.
Okay, so I am carrying this one. Please do not crash game, otherwise we're going to have a very interesting
crash in like 3 minutes, and then me and Vita should be back.
Yeah, okay. So, right now, for to describe, we've got Se7en in the lower area. Thalash watching that lower area, looking for an angle. This is all pressing on to last. Drax holding up on that shed as per usual, what you expect. Elikor on top of the point. They've got a sentry gun on the right-hand side, just below the shed, actually just to the side of the shed, but we've got some Se7en players looking for some pressure on their right-hand side, and Thalash goes for the hero shot, doesn't even realise Salentis is there, takes him out, and yeah, Credu actually on the response on Sniper as well. Saki just does his jumper main things and manages to escape. Raymond actually got forced during that exchange and had to back out, so it's 100% Uber to Connor. I hope you guys are understanding the image I'm putting into your minds. So from there, right now, you know, the classic grass hold, near forward spawn for Raymond. There's a bit of a pushing coming through lobby, but Captain goes in, gets Connor. You get Starkey and Captain trade, but they get their man. It's a drop, and that's absolutely fantastic. Arms is in the backhand, the back lines, creating a bit of distraction. Tiger wants to chase. He usually is the one causing that problem. Yeah, they only just spot him 1v1. Arms is probably going to go down, which he does. And this is going to create some good space for Ascent to maybe set up some sort of defense. I don't feel like they want to push out, because it's currently a 75% add to Raymond. So from there, they have Flash on Sniper. He's peeking on that left-hand side, getting some spam from Drak, though. Manages to get the headshot onto Drak, but not a kill. And right now, Salentes watching drop down as well. Bit of a rotation onto drop down for Flash. Good prediction for Salentes. He gets Credu, though, so that's a Sniper down for Ascent. They also lose Salentes. They've got the sentry gun down. They're putting someone on the cap. Drak tries to bump across, and that's 1-2 to Se7en. Really well played. Do you know what this reminds me of? I feel like I'm doing, you know, like BBC Radio. Oh, wait. You guys aren't English. But on BBC Radio 5, it's like a football show. And they do these sort of radio casts. Are you guys back yet, or am I still carrying on?
I am a minute away, according to Steam.
It's a different version.
Oh, yeah, different version of the game. Holy.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, this is actually really annoying now.
I guess I've got to do the radio cast for 15 minutes, and then what we'll do is after those 15
we just put
minutes...
Vita on MS Paint and he draws the game live.
Yeah, just draw the game. Just get tactics.tf. As a double bomb comes in for Draken Salentes, they get Tiger and Domo. They don't get Raymond, though. Well read by him. He just backs down into that lower area. We've also got... Oh! Salentes landing a nice direct onto Thalash. Raymond just decides to kill behind because he just knows he's trapped in that kitchen. And that was a full wipe for Se7en. Ascent just absolutely owning it. Really good aggression over the top of the point, guys. So what their plan was is they sent Slenders and Drak in for a high bomb, and Elikor just rushed across the point with the scouts, and they used that aggression. They did lose Connor as a result, but that aggression won them the mid and got that situation in control. Right now, they've managed to cap second as well. Drak dies to full damage, a little bit embarrassing for him. And Ascent looking for angles, looking just to create some spam. They know that it's equal right now. Raymond's a little bit behind, but it's effectively equal right now. There is a sentry going up from Tiger. Thalash is building with Raymond, respectively. We've got Starkey very far forward on the right-hand side, but a very passive hold from Ascent. They're doing the exact same. They're probably fearing like a Thalash sniper, which wouldn't surprise me. And right now they're just looking to inch by inch into lobby. The Spencer is being built by Tiger in a very interesting place. He decides to destroy it, though. I think he just heard me. I think he's listening in as well. And Drak goes in for a skip jump. He tries to go onto Domo, gets the directs. What he needs. Starkey goes down as well. Thalash getting a headshot onto AMS, though. That's a good response, but the sentry gun goes down from Credu. They've Ubered in over the top. Captain has to use with Raymond. They're trying to push the Ascent players out. The repush is coming out, so to speak, from Se7en as they're just getting everyone on their right-hand side. Elikor's staying in, though. Salentis has got that top area. Repush coming out on drop-down shutter. Huge direct from Starkey in the air. Nice midi. Captain goes down as well, and sadly Ascent are going to have to lick their wounds, get back into second. and Se7en looking to go for the chase, push them out a second in the retake. That they don't want to be in this position. They want to take control, and right now it's very interesting going on as AMS just sneaks in behind. They don't see him. EU strats, he's behind. Can they deny it? They're going for the deny. Drenat goes for the deny. Credit goes for the deny. Se7en's going for the deny. Captain denies him. Oh, that was so close. They managed to cap it out. Connor just all on his own now. They all sat for that play, and that's a full wipe for Ascent.
I just want to point out that you're doing really well because I can actually picture what's happening in the game.
All right,
So
do you want to do some
really
analysis?
well. I wish I could, but I mean, like they beefed into last, and I mean they didn't leave anybody with Connor, like you mentioned, so that's obviously a problem, and it means they won't build Uber. I mean, I don't know the exact Uber situation because obviously I can't
It's 100% to Raymond right now.
Okay, so they didn't really lose too much with that. They had massive to set anyway.
I'm gonna take over again because that 100% Uber is currently in Saw, aggressing to the second of. So they managed to cap mid whilst we were chatting, and Captain even actually goes for a nice bomb onto Credo, denying him because it's just unacceptable that anyone's going to peek that area trying to get a headshot onto Raymond. They're going into lower lobby right now, second up for a right push. Thalash, Captain, ready to go in. Also, currently it's 1-2, just to let you guys know. So that's the current score going on. But right hand push, Uber going in. Sentry gets completely denied. The players are on point. Oh my god, Elikor gets a 3k on the point. Domo's trapped in. Pudis coming out from Credit, cleans him up as well. Raymond gets directed by Elikor. Whoa, that was a really, really good hold from Ascent. So they... Sorry, my mum's also here, by the way, so you may hear that. Oh, look at that every now and then.
Yeah, that's good.
Because
That
it's
means
my
two
birthday.
people can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, so my mum could help with analysis if she's got a chance. But, so, just because right now, just to paint the picture, there is a bit of a push going on. Oh! The lash! Forward spawn gets Connor, gets the drop. As I was about to say, nothing happens. Something did happen. But just to explain what happened on that last, whilst there is a repush, obviously coming out from Se7en, the last push attempt was completely thwarted by Ascent's ability to swap their players out. So their sentry gun was going down. So a really good decision from Credit was straight out, switch to Scout. They repushed out the second shutter. They just denied all of the air from those Se7en soldiers, and they weren't able to do anything. Credit's back on second forward spawn. He's got spot out by Starkey. Raymond's peeking a bit scarily, but luckily Credo's decided to resub. So right now they're looking maybe lower. It's oh, it's cool. And so we are still going forward. Sorry, my mum was giving me a status on the stream. I do apologise. But the push is coming from lower. They try to deal as much damage. They get rid of the sentry gun, but Starkey goes down. They got a lot of time on the point, but Credit goes on there as Pudis. He denies all the players. They're getting cleaned up again. Se7en. They cannot finish these pushes. AMS chasing with 3 health. Gets Raymond. Domo, how can you let that happen? Gee, what is going... Domo's going for a last push. He's getting cleaned up by Credit, though, and it's going to go down. And Ascent push out to second. I'm sorry, there's so much happening, guys. This is really difficult. We've got 10 minutes left. It's 2-1 to Ascent. Se7en are really struggling. And, yeah, so... Right now, Ascent stacked up in lobby, looking to go through battlements. Starkey goes for a high bomb onto Connor. Connor dodges it really well, takes a lot of spam though, ends up getting forced. Starkey gets cleaned up though, but they got that force and the players are chasing, but they're not able to catch anything. Tiger just denying them as they're trying to go into Saw. And they get mid, but they use their Uber. And we know, everyone knows that if you use your Uber and the other team didn't, they now have advantage. So it's 80% to Raymond.
Which means they can't just try again, most likely. And Ascent, like you mentioned, is just also stuck on last right now. Obviously, they have the lead, but...
No, no, it's... Sorry, just to confirm. Mid is currently controlled by Ascent, and second...
Okay.
Yeah, they transferred it, but Tiger gets picked up by a track by Elikor. Like, a lot's happened. Uber's come out from Raymond. They got forced. Credo gets picked up as well. They've got some really decent players, but... right now, it's gone on to second, so... They've lost mid. Se7en have got mid. There's 4 players on second, and Captain goes in behind. He goes straight onto Connor. Connor's going to get forced once again. And Captain ends up just dying off the Ubered players. But the chase is coming on because they're trying to get a force going. And 1 second. Okay. And Credu getting picked up by Starkey. Sorry, I keep getting status reports of the stream from my mother, so... Okay, so just to clarify, 2-1. It hasn't changed the score, just to let you guys know. I can't see chat, but my mum's keeping it aware, so if you have any questions of what's going on, just say it in chat. But back to the game, and Drax going in a lot onto Raymond, gets immediately denied, gets cleaned up, but he had an opportunity to create something. Wasn't able to do it. Captain died earlier, but right now it's second on it's second with Se7en and last with Ascent. They're looking right now to maybe go in, but they're holding quite passively. It's equal, and there is currently 7 minutes left on the game, so we will be giving you some actual TF2 content in a bit, but I hope you guys are enjoying whatever I'm
trying
doing.
his hardest to visualize what you're saying.
Yeah, what's going on? Are you drawing stuff, Peter?
Yes, Beta is just visualizing your words for the stream.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for that. But right now, there is a rotation from Se7en. They're going into lobby. They're setting themselves up. They got Talash watching that left-hand side from their perspective. And, Drac and Credu push really aggressively. Credu's dealing a lot of damage, but eventually Talash cleans him up. And right now, they're looking to push. Starkey's in on drop down. No one's seen him. He's jumping across the point. He goes for the high bomb onto Connor. Deals a lot of damage on Connor. What a surf from Connor. He manages to get away. Ellicott cleaning up Tiger as well. This is not a good position for Se7en. They're going to have to back out. Thalash watching that. Salentes is not having any of it though. Going straight in, but getting caught by a trap by Domo. Well placed. Good attempts from both teams though. It's really quite scary. 6 minutes left. I feel like Ascent want to take things slow, but Thalash gets the headshot, gets a drop onto Connor.
That's the third one now.
Yeah,
I'm starting to believe Connor is the reason why we all crashed, so nobody can see him dropping.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm going to drop a bunch, so Thalash is going for it. Thalash is in as well. They've got the Uber. Ellicott goes down. That's 3k for Thalash so far. Sentry gun going down. They've got time at the point. Crady bringing out the poo. He's not able to do it. All the players are getting cleared up. Connor is the only one left on the point. And that is 2-2 between Se7en and Ascent. I'm sweating.
How many last pushes did Se7en need for this
5
next round to be?
It was like 5 or 6. It was ridiculous. Like Se7en really need to work on their last pushes and just their ability to. It's like their focus calls are not good enough. They kind of send. I think Starkey's getting off the whip a bit. He wants to do fancy jumps when he should just chill out. And again, Se7en, calm down. I can't believe I'm saying this, but on this mid. Captain, big bomb straight in on Connor. Connor surfs away nicely. Starkey also over the top. Domo and Tiger pressuring, but Ams coming in with a nice deny. Both soldiers are down for Se7en. And Domo gets cleaned up trying to leave through Saw. No one lost on Ascent side. It's equal Ubers. Raymond gets out, but they're all the way to their last. But Ascent, there's a midpoint to Cap. Okay, so they've actually sent Credu back to Cap, but they are like Ellicott is in lobby right now on his own. Big penising this thing, and he does not care. And he's managed to back out eventually, but he's set up some really nice traps, just denying that space in there. If Starkey peeks even a little bit, he's going to get hurt. Ellicott watching those traps. Drac trickling in along with Salentes. They've decided to pop. And so they're rotating now. They're looking. 4 minutes left. It's 2-2. Ascent with advantage going in. Drac goes in. Tries, every map advantage. They get Starkey. Sentry gun goes down as well. Drac's not being cleaned up. Tiger goes for the cleanup. Gets completely popped up. Everyone misses an air shot on him. Gets a wall shot. Captain goes down as well. 3 players left for Se7en. They just dropped everyone. Raymond did. That's unacceptable. Come on, Raymond. You're a god. Thalash gets picked up as well. Domo gets picked up. Raymond is all on his own. And Ascent just showing Se7en how to push last. Brilliant focus calls, great positioning, picking out players, separating players, and playing the point. Exactly what you want from the last point.
Report.
And it's 3 minutes left.
Ooh,
so
how
just
much
to
trouble they had on last, this is going to be tough for Se7en now.
3-2 to Ascent. And coming on to this 6th mid, Right now, Domo was a little bit quicker than Elikor, but Elikor's got some good spam down and good stick coverage. It's waiting for soldiers to bomb. You kind of know what's going on. And, okay, so Drag goes in for a high bomb, tries to create a distraction, but Ams goes over the top. Raven gets cleaned up, but Drag gets cleaned up as a result. AMS gets cleaned up as well. Tiger going as a result. I know I may be reading from the chat kill feed, but you guys kind of need this. Captain on top of the point, dealing a lot of spam. He's on the logs, denying. Starkey gets cleaned up in kitchen. Captain drops down, gets cleaned up by Credu. Thalash, the only surviving 7 player. That's another mid for Ascent. They're looking to close this out with 2 minutes 30 left. They are not being as aggressive as what we've seen before, but they've started the cap onto second. Elikor, again, being a big boy, looking...
Wait, did Connor survive mid?
Connor did survive mid. Uber
that's
advantage.
Actually huge.
Oh, that is huge. Thalash on Sniper, though, he's in the lower area near Africa. He's near those doors, but I think they might be aware. They seem like it. Thalash being very patient. Connor is currently up on the battlement above the pack, so Thalash is going to have a real hard time getting to him. I think they're going to wait for some sort of push decision. Starkey and Captain trying to create that distraction. Lots of players dropping down, but not Connor. I think the main aim of what's going on right now from Se7en is they're trying to push Connor off the point, but every time they peek, Drac and Se7en giving them a big old slap, vote no, keeping them out of that point, and, well, not that point, that lobby, and Thalash sneaking his way like a little spy. He's got pretty deep in. Oh my god! Someone bumped him and they didn't realize. He got... No, he didn't get bumped. He got rocket jumped on. They're aware. They're aware. Thalash takes a bit of damage. Se7en backs out. Thalash has to back out. Connor's in such a good position. 1 minute 20 left. If Ascent want to finish this off, they can. Raven's got his Uber. Raven's just gone in. The Ubers have been exchanged. Elikor's getting completely trapped. Captain gets cleaned up. Tiger gets cleaned up. This is not a good Uber exchange. For Se7en, they've done a really bad decision. They should have just sent Captain in to do the exchange. And Ascent are going to punish him for it. Both Drac and Se7en have gone in. And right now, 1 minute left. We're going to see what they can do. Drac going over the point. And Connor starting at the cap. He gets cleaned up. Oh no, it's a wipe for Ascent. 48 seconds left. Se7en did really good there. I feel like Ascent were just going off the fact that the Uber exchange was in their favor. I don't feel like they thought as well. There is a sentry gun on middle, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Credu does not care what you think. It's 30 seconds left. It's garbage time. And right now, 25 seconds. They're, Se7en are just going for it. They are going for it. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're in lobby, guys. They're going in right hand side with 10 seconds left. Are we gonna see a repeat? They've Ubered in on the right hand side. The dealing time is over. 5 seconds left. They're taking it off. No, they didn't cap it in time. They're putting all the players on. It's halfway through. No, Ascent deny it. That's the end of the game. That's 3-2 to Ascent on the first map. We will fix the technical issues. I've been GrumpyKoi. I'm dropping my microphone right now. I hope you enjoyed it.
That was brilliant. Can I make a suggestion that we upload this to YouTube twice? Once in this brilliant original form, and a second time with somebody just recording the demo and just like overlaying the video with whatever this was. So, there's actually a version, at least on YouTube, where the game can be seen.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think due to that, I should be... I'm going to say it. If you guys respected that, vote for me as caster of the season. No, but seriously, that was a lot of fun. I hope people enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was
we will
great.
be going on to the next match. There was a little bits I missed. I tried to describe it the best as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed the radio cast for the game. But yeah, a lot of love for everyone.
Well,
but yeah, I had so much fun. And also, it's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Radio Boy.
Also, just to explain to my mum, they're just spamming. It was 3-2. It should be on the thing.
Yeah, 3-2 is the final scoreline for Ascent. I mentioned, maybe Connor made us all drop from the server and crash everything because he dropped too many times. But maybe it was Se7en after all, and Big Boy Cadus just pulled the plug so no one can see his team lose.
Yeah.
Because that's the first proper loss in ETF2L, not accounting for LAN, since last season against, or the season before that, against the Swamp on a product when they were roster shuffling. So that's pretty interesting.
Okay, so currently I'm just waiting on the little update. I hope that doesn't break anything, because that would be an absolute nightmare. But yeah, so we will get hold of the logs, but for the time being, I'm just going to speak about what I saw. Now, please understand, I'm a MIDI, so I am a play-by-play caster. So I'm going to try my best to give you my analysis of what was going on during that whole game. So
yes, hit us with it.
First off, I'd just like to say that I feel like Se7en needed to do what Se7en do best, which is I felt like they weren't. How do I put it? So Se7en, we all know Se7en for their ability to take control. And I felt like there were very few situations where Se7en were actually in control the way they like to be. I feel like they were always clutching at the reins. They were behind, but we've seen them claw themselves back by just being in control, taking control away from the team that is winning, not letting them do what they want to do. But Ascent were like so perfectly denying that, and I feel like a lot of insight is to that, but also Ascent's roster is such a good roster. Like they have some really good players with some really good knowledge. Alongside that, I generally think, okay, so logs are up. I haven't actually got logs on my screen.
Yeah, if you look at the logs, and I know people hate when the casters just point out the numbers here, but just look at the demo, man. The difference is so huge. 3k damage difference, about 2.7 even. And, I don't want to harp on Domo's performance, but look at the difference here. It's gigantic.
Okay, so that 25 kills, can we just go on to... Let me just have a look. So, Elikor... So, most of that was him catching scouts with traps. And I feel like, Tiger and Thalash would... going so far forward as quickly as possible. Like, it was not a strong game. We're used to seeing 24 for Thalash, and like Tiger usually has like the same sort of numbers. But if you look at them, you can kind of gauge what I'm talking about. There is a lot of negative KDs. So if we just go to KD, there's a lot of negative KDs for Se7en, and that's not something we usually see. Like, we usually see a much higher KD, not a 1-to-1 for Starkey. Tiger with a 0.9, Captain with 0.7. He is a pocket, but he usually does a lot of work. And yeah, Domo, I don't think you can hate on Domo too much. Like, he was kind of called out as the... In respect to Domo, amazing player, but I think he was called as the weak link of the team, and there was a lot of focus going on in getting him down as quickly as possible, and that makes sense. That's kind of how you want to play against a team, is
right,
especially
like Se7en. I have a decent question here, because we obviously couldn't see much of the game, but we saw it a bit at the beginning when the feed was still live, which is we saw Ascent going for some aggressive exchanges and stuff like that. How did you think they were faring with these late on compared to how Se7en was dealing with their aggressive exchanges?
Okay, so I feel like Se7en didn't quite have it down. And I feel like that's because Snakewater isn't a strong map for them. So what was generally happening is there was a lot of attempts by Se7en to get an exchange, but they didn't exchange just with like Captain. They didn't do, like a standard exchange. They brought too many players in, did a lot of flashing, dropped players here and there, and it wasn't the calm and calculated way I like to see Se7en playing. Now, I could be completely wrong. I 100% agree that that's probably the case, but that's honestly what I saw. A lot of mids went in favor of Ascent, and I feel like that's because their soldiers played it so aggressively that they were just going straight in. Still.
And yeah, I would definitely agree. The soldiers did a lot, and everybody followed up with it pretty nicely. The only part of at least the 3 mid fights we did see where things weren't going as well as they should be for Ascent was the part where once they wanted to cross over the point, something kept catching Connor most of the time.
Yeah, I feel like Connor was what. So we had 2 weak links that game. We had Domo and we had Connor, and I feel like because Connor dropped a lot of times to Thalash, and I think that's because Connor wanted to play the aggressive style that Ascent were doing. but there was a lot of really nice denial coming out of Slash with his sniper plays, and I can't disrespect him for that. I felt like when he was playing sniper, he did some really good work, good rotations, good sight lines. Starkey was protecting him when he needed to, and I feel like that was really important and really good. Coming on to Sunshine, though, I could see a reverse. Now, this is a map that favours Captain and Starkey more than Solentes and Drac, in my opinion. But I feel like it's whoever gets control of Tetris and Bell the best will dominate this mid. Like, I feel like Domo and Elikor will have a good little slug. If Elikor can get into an aggressive position, it's going to be very difficult for Se7en to win mids. But if they can, play it nice and slow, Domo plays calculated. The Cadus style we kind of know him for at the moment. I feel like that would be a very interesting sort of way things go. What's your say on it?
Yeah, I think that Stark and Captain specifically have some really nice stuff from their past experience on this map, and they do know what they want to be doing here. I don't remember quite correctly, but I think this was one of the maps at LAN where Stark roamed and Disky played Medic. One of the times, I think one was Snake and one was on Sunshine. I'm not 100% sure, I could be wrong. But I think they swapped it up for one Sunshine game, I think against Froyo as well. So, that just speaks volumes about how much they trust Stark and Soldier for this map. As well as Captain, obviously, as the go-to guy in general. So that could go a long way. As for Ascent, I don't have too much knowledge about how they want to approach this. Obviously, we can expect more of the same in terms of how they want to do these aggressive plays, exchanges, stuff like that. It's just a matter of figuring out where Se7en is in comparison when they push for stuff like that, so they can get these exchanges. Because Snakewater, there's situations where obviously everybody's well aware where the medics are. If you're holding further back or further close on Saw or something like that, you kind of have an idea where the medic is. Sunshine second, for example, and mid as well, are fairly big. So you have a lot of places where you can expect a medic, but unless you're actually going relatively deep, you can never be too sure. So just popping through a choke point is not really a viable option too much. You kind of need the exchange as quickly as you can.
I agree. I'm tired.
You did 2 maps now, basically, so that's fair.
But so we're coming into this. Oh god damn it! So there's a thing that a lot of people may not know, but a few people may not know. A lot of people do. That Ascent and Se7en are, fans of the blue team.
Oh yes, we had that before Snake as well.
I think they're having a little battle for the blue team again.
If they didn't do that beforehand, we would have caught 5 to 7 or so minutes of the game before the server crashed. So in the end, it's actually Se7en and Se7en's fault that we didn't see too much of the game.
Yeah.
If we want to redirect blame to other people.
Yeah, but
But yeah, last time they decided it by restarting the server, which obviously wasted a lot of time, which, as we know in retrospect, was a really bad idea. And
but let's just
decided it by whoever joined the server first, which happened to be Raymond.
Yeah, chat. If you agree, just let us know.
Press 7 if you want to see a heavy fist fight.
Yeah. Exclamation point.
Heavy fist fight.
7 for heavy fist fight. But probably it's as Ascent and Connor. Sorry, Ascent and Connor. Ams and Connor are, just adulting and being like, we don't need that.
What? Wait, adults playing TF2? When did that happen? I thought this is a kids game with violent graphics and blood. But looks like Ascent.
Trust me, it's not a kids
reasonable.
game. There is another kids game, and they're probably not playing now because it's past their bedtime, so we don't have to deal with them. So it's good. But no, this is a man's game. Yeah? No battle bus here. It's all about the air shots, all about the demos, the med drops. This is where real video games happen. I don't know what I'm saying.
Men play Putus. But yeah, it looks like Ascent is caving in and doing the smart thing of not mixing up the colors mid-game, because that's actually more confusing than fake nicking, in my opinion. Granted, I don't have to deal with that, thanks to Casting Essentials plugin, which is really, really handy. But yeah, it's just really annoying when teams switch colors mid-game. Both for the viewer experience, because suddenly everything is the other way around, and also for producers, because they have to change stuff as well.
But
so yeah, a good guy is Ascent here.
Nah, Beta's like a god, so he just has one button press and it's sorted. Do you want to give us a little?
Where's the fixed
have you got a
updates?
Little example? Can you just go switch for us for chat? Oh, look at that! See? Oh, they can't see it. Oh, well, you know what?
How do we know he's not lying?
Yeah, you could be lying, Beta. You need to like put it up right now for us and just switch. And then we can okay. So let's just quickly remind people where we are and what we're doing. So this is the ETF2L Season 31 Week 5 game between Swift and
Swift? That's not quite right.
I don't know.
But he's not on Swift anymore.
No, it's Ascent.EU versus Se7en. That last game broke me. I just kind of looked at Swift, something to do with Swift, and I lost my mind. But yeah, no, your boy Smear here. But yes, so it is Se7en versus Ascent. First map went to Ascent with 3-2. Very convincing from them, but Se7en gave them a real run for their money. It was a fantastic game, and I feel like we're going to have a similarly interesting game when it comes to the next.
Hopefully, I really hope this is going to be close. Because if anything from the first few minutes of the game was to go by, then this could be, if it remains this close, a really, really good showing for both teams. But obviously, Se7en don't really want to lose another one here. This is already not the hottest showing. They're lucky that nobody really saw too much of that, even though we did see 2 of the 3 rounds they did lose on Snake.
I'll be totally honest with you. I kind of like the fact that Se7en aren't dominating a team this season. I like the fact that Se7en have been put in their place in something that isn't product.
Yeah, I'm glad that in EU we have the inverse problem of NA, which is in NA we have like top teams dying, and here we have like lower teams dying. Which, keeps at least the top competition still intact. And
yeah, what a season it's been so far. Like, this is the season to watch. This has been so amazing, especially with all of the new rosters.
The teams you wouldn't expect to maybe even make grand finals, like, they still are doing so well. Swift Aura are just really good at the moment.
I feel like the Germans have kind of shown up. They
have the potential, but they need to get themselves together. I think they're playing today as well, but we won't be discussing this for spoiler's sake. So I think this is going on TFTV too. They probably had the same issues as we had earlier, but I believe they should be fine with the second map now too. So if you're interested in that, that's happening. But now we have second map here on Sunday.
We have second map, and we also have the most wonderful thing you guys can see. And Elikor beefed his jump. Domo is in front, and this is the Week 5 ETF2L Season 31 between Se7en and Ascent. Solentes taking up the bell tower, dealing some spam. Players on Tetris. Starkey trying to deny. Nice bombs coming out of Captain, and Starkey just pushes Solentes into a position where Captain can clean him up. Captain's now behind. Drag gets cleaned up by Tiger as well. Elikor gonna walk straight into Captain as Captain just takes on the entire of Ascent and gets killed from it. The Chariot going through choke, trying to see if they can catch something, and that's going to be the first mid to Se7en. Like I mentioned,
what's happening? They try to rotate all the way around.
Oh my god, that rotation straight up to
Raven.
No, my god! No one knew that was going to happen. Ascent just doing crazy stuff again. Se7en just not really knowing what's going on. Tiger trying to clean up a Drac, bit of an exchange track, dying off his own rocket. Salash trapped in flowers, taking a nice little. Oh, it gets Ams. Nice.
That's the scout
Starkey
should waste
behind.
time, but it's not the kill you want here. Like you mentioned, 2 soldiers still around. Elikor gets a jump, has Kurtu to fall back, and then Starkey just escapes. So in the end, the Ams kill not enough for now. Makes matters a little bit worse here because obviously Flash also died, and that's 2 down for 1 effectively with Captain dying late. So somehow with this cheeky little play and the wraparound, Ascent just wins back mid really
Takes
quickly.
control. This is Ascent's plan. Constantly take control. Do you think you've got control, Se7en? Nope. That's the mentality that I kind of am seeing out of Ascent right now. They're just throwing things at Se7en that they would never expect a team to do confidently against them.
And right, confident,
oh my god, they go in, but oh no, Connor gets picked up by Starkey. But the exchange is happening right now. Captain gets, oh, whoa. Good boy. Elikor, nice pipes from him. A lot of players taking 4 players down for Se7en, only 2 down for Ascent. They're going on to the last right now. Domo denying Se7en. Se7en jumping across point, dealing a lot of damage. Elikor's in there as well. Uber's going to be popped from Raymond. Elikor's going down. They got those players that are struggling in down. But Tiger wants to chase, bring that aggression. Look at this positioning again from Ascent though, reacting perfectly to the situation. Now trying to punish Se7en for their overextension. They get Tiger to lash, and Arms are having a bit of a battle. Arms ends up dying to his own 3
Raymond is so weak, could have just pushed
oh
him.
My God.
Doesn't hit the pipe fast enough.
Oh,
Raymond will go down.
Oh, dude, Ascent, they're using this aggression and these plays that Se7en can't deal with. It's so
And I wanted to
amazing.
criticize them as well onto last because they took so long to decide if they actually want to throw something at Raymond to get the false out in the first place. And in the end, they just forced it by proxy, by dealing damage to Domo, like really, really late, which seemed really strange. But in the end, they still managed to pull this one out, and that's all that matters. Connor now has huge advantage again, 70-80% even, and they just need to get this in safely. Obviously, that was what made things go bad last time, because Stark managed to catch
Starkey
him
going for a bomb, really
another?
nice. Oh, he gets the force though. Starkey going down, but Captain gets suspended, ends up going down as well. All the 7 players backing out onto their last, and yo, look at Drac and Se7en. They're going straight in. They're trying to get something onto Raymond. Raymond takes a lot, but Thalash is on that heavy. But they got time on the point. Domo cleans it up, but Drac's bullying him off. They got so much time on the point, and that's going to be the first round to Ascent. 1-0.
Yeah, and
oh
really
my
nicely
gosh.
done by Ascent. They just make them doubt that the double sack is good here, because they played this so fast they couldn't afford the time to wait on these spawners 7. The soldiers were just dead for way too long, and Ascent straight into last, like you mentioned. Drac and Se7en is not wasting a second there to get in, get the damage onto the last 4 players, and get these kills before these spawners come in. Working out brilliantly, and this is another quick round for Ascent.
And we're on this second mid right now, and it looks like Elikor was a little slow once again, but Domo's very bunched up with his team. Look at that height coming out of Drac and Se7en. Se7en's just distracting. Drac goes in behind, but he gets cleaned up. Ams overextends a bit. Connor takes a lot of damage from so many players. Connor going down. Connor going down. Only Se7en and Elikor are left alive. Elikor in the background trying to do something. Tiger, oh my god, that double pipe was so good. As Tiger goes down, Se7en goes down and Elikor gets cleaned up. Oh my gosh.
Looks like your prediction comes true here. The blue soldiers just having such a stronger showing in his midfight. Still, and Drac just can't get that much presence in comparison. And Se7en gets so much space.
Oh my gosh, Drac gets cleaned up by such a snipe from Domo with that sticky, and they're pushing in on this left-hand side. And Arms trying to set up a sentry going. They've cleaned up time on the point from Se7en. They're doing really well. They've got this Uber in right now. They're pressing across the point. They've got this advantage. They're doing well. Elikor getting cleaned up. They just need to put players on the point right now. Credit trying to get onto the point. Yeah, Sandwich not able to do it. And that's 1-1. Se7en. Nice answer to Ascent's aggression.
Yeah, if you had any criticisms on the snake water, then this is definitely a huge improvement to that. Which is to say, Se7en just much better focus here. And it was really lacking on snake water here. It's much stronger, much early on. Instantly tied back up, and they don't have to play with a massive disadvantage the entire time here.
But yes, sorry, going on to this mid and
Drac
Jackson.
jump into Raymond, but he can't.
Raymond,
As well,
what?
Connor, he needs so much damage. And
Domo's taking so much damage and choke as well. He's got 4 health. Look at this aggression. Se7en's going in, trying to clean up Domo. Domo's still alive, but he trades with him in the end. Raymond trying to arrow his friend, kills Se7en as a result. Such aggression. I'm sorry I got distracted there. And yo, this has been such an amazing series of games so far. Ascent managing to win out the mid, but by the skin of their teeth. Se7en spreading themselves. Yeah, spreading themselves, taking so much damage. Look at Captain bringing that aggression across. Credu and Drac are super low, gonna have to back out. Se7en's taking a lot of spam as well. Starkey in on that point. Drac going on to Tetris, getting suspended, nearly going down. But Elikor trap!
But it's not the ones he needs. It's Scout down. They still want to force
Scout's down.
Come in.
3 players down though. It doesn't matter. Raymond gets forced, suspended in the air. Domo bullying them out But like Connor's got a huge advantage right now. Seven are going to have to back out.
Lines. He's already on second, just waiting for
gosh.
Raymond to come his way. I don't know if Se7en knows that.
Yeah, no, he's going to come through on Shutter right now. Tiger may spot him actually. No, where is he?
Oh, he mistimes it. He could have just shot down Stark with 50 HP. But he wanted Raymond instead, which is the shot. Raymond will stay alive, and with 2 down right now, they can't do much with disadvantage anymore. They wanted Raymond too badly, and it will cost them much like Se7en had before. Captain straight onto Connor.
Oh,
they
nice
do
force.
want to play aggressive with it now. They expect the force, and they just want to catch people, but Se7en is too far back too quickly.
Gets the last, but Starkey behind, gets credit, gets Connor. Oh, Starkey. Good decision making from him, going through house and just cleaning up those players due to their overextension. Feels like a much more cohesive Se7en right now, and it's going to be such a close series. As Alakor just gets spammed out of choke, but he is not, you know, Tiger respects him now. He got 2 pipes on mid, and he knows that if I go too close to this man, he will kill me. Also, Ams, chilling out in
he
the
just
valley.
finds his way behind every single time here, and it's just a matter of time until he can find success with it. Se7en needs to be really careful. Nobody spotted him yet. There's a player on mid, it's Flash, doesn't spot him either. Hamsters needs to find an opening here, but he also really needs to find that opening, because they have such a big disadvantage going into last year.
Yeah, he touched mid, so they may be aware. But Se7en going in on this right-hand side. They haven't spotted the sentry yet, as Drax doing some nice distraction play, but they do get it in the end. Flash cleaning it up. They're putting a lot of time onto the point, but Alakor cleans up Flash. Starkey going down as well, so they haven't got the main players. Captain gets picked up as well, so this is not good for Se7en. Tiger tries to go in on the right-hand side, just gets absolutely ganged up on, ends up going down, and Domo and Raymond in choke, the only ones left. Look at this aggression once again. Like, Se7en is going on top of that area, just trying to deny them, and they're going to get second. They're not going to get any sort of damage onto them, and they can use this Uber on mid as to go into flowers right now.
Yeah, and speaking of Se7en, he did a great job on his last hole to deny right side, and Flank couldn't get in at all. Nobody besides the Evo could do anything, and Domo just wasn't enough on that last push, and they didn't catch anything. Se7en is still the man here, trying to just force people out aggressive.
Look at
Takes
Tiger
a lot of damage
though.
for it, but
Tiger's in the forward spawn, goes for the play, doesn't manage to land it.
And yeah, Sniper doesn't land a shot here. Se7en out of second. Ascent takes mid. Full Ubers on both sides, and that's basically all Ascent wanted. They just don't want to use into mid while Se7en gets off for free, so this is perfectly acceptable. They just need to obviously now deal with the stalemate, which they have done successfully before. We've seen a few exchanges, and we also haven't seen a few other ones, unfortunately. But yeah, let's see what they have for Snake or for Sunshine even here.
Yeah, as they're coming in on Valley, they managed to pick up Starkey, and they've just created a little opening. Se7en's looking like he may have wanted to go in, but Alakor! Oh, he's in. He's dead. That would have been amazing if Raymond was where he thought he was, but Raymond rotates really nicely, decides where he's going to be when he needs to be there. And I feel like Alakor was just expecting a little bit of misplacement from Raymond, but doesn't matter, as he's just going to go into nothing and get cleaned up. But Captain going in, doesn't manage to connect anything. Battling Drak right now. Drak misses. Oh, gets him in the end though. And Ascent maybe wanting to take this forward, as Anne's having a bit of a spit at the enemy team. Se7en's want to maybe do a bit of aggression. Both have Ubers, but they have that player advantage to send in the sack. Ams and Credu in house. No other players jumping. Se7en's might be in a spot. No, Starkey spots him out really quickly. That's really well played from them. But Credu, oh my god, the chariot comes in from house. And look, watch this. Ascent, if they're going to play this how I think they are, they've done that exchange. We're going to see a rotation into flowers maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. They are lucky
no,
to
they
get
don't
as quickly as they did. Raymond was relatively close, like I mentioned in the pre-game. The medic can hold so far back here that it's difficult to get this. They called Raymond at the stairs, so relatively early. We got this exchange quickly, but not quickly enough to get anything else done with this. It was only like a pure exchange to get the Ubers out of the equation, but they didn't like get anybody behind. They didn't get a player with that, so it's a pretty neutral exchange for the moment. And eventually the rotation comes in still with no Uber to speak about. Ubers have to catch so much damage. Amps will get spammed down by Domo stickies, and Stark wants some more, doesn't find anybody. Push has been denied, and that's all they need right now.
I think Ascent were going for a play. Oh, Tiger gets directed. Se7en is cleaning him up. They may... Yeah, they're going to slow down just for me to explain. I think Ascent were expecting Se7en to do the same mistake they did twice. Most teams might have done that. Se7en knew not to do that. So they did the exchange. They felt like they came off kind of confidently, and they were expecting them to come in onto them. But Se7en goes in for the play. Doesn't manage to do so. Captain cleaning him up. And once again, like Se7en... You know, in a wonderful situation right now.
Yeah, let's see. Stark jumps in again, hits a rocket. Follow-up wants to come in from choke, but nobody dares cross the stickies on the choke point. So Connor will stay safe. The Romers are just being traded here left and right, but nobody dares to try anything aggressive anymore after this one exchange by Ascent. They seem they can't get exactly what they want here, so both teams scale back. With Elaku actually, the one jumping in. But again, Raymond just dodges it onto the point, staying completely safe from that. No Demo Man now means no sticks to deny things. Maybe that's what Se7en needs here. Captain leading it in, teammates following it through. Everybody in Se7en wants to commit with this, but Connor still hasn't had to use here.
Yeah, and they have had to use right now. Thalash getting cleaned up by players. And one sec, I'm just going to talk to my mom.
Well, you were exchange has been accomplished. Credu going behind as well forces people back. But most importantly, that's all that happens. Connor's better move means Se7en has to leave really early. And that's exactly what happens here. Ascent still on mid, and they deal so much damage to choke, but Stark gets through. Can't clean up Connor, and that's 3 down with Flash just now spawning. Ascent in prime position to take second here. Raymond is safely out. Drag can't really chase that out into last 2. Well, he tries to, but he just gets himself caught, and lobby Flash cleans him up. Still, Ascent safely on second. Or are they
Elikor too far forward.
Pushes it alone.
Oh, Elikor, you know, you don't want to be fighting him in that lower area. Ams goes in and gets Raymond! I didn't even see that. I was too focused on the Elikor pick, like, going down that I didn't. Oh my gosh, that was so well read by Ams. Big brain gamer. Just goes in on that lower right hand side and just 2 shots Raymond. Woo!
Yeah, really well done there. Ams just consistently finds these weird openings. Let's see if Se7en have some of that themselves. Stark really wants to, but he stays in the lower area for too long. Trades with Stellantis could be worse. It's 1 down effectively, but it's also 1 down yourself, so it's 5v5 push here right now. With Se7en on the slight advantage due to having obviously the spawn immediately back on the field on last, but the push will come in nonetheless.
And they've gone in on the right hand side. Tiger trying to deny for the sentry gun, not able to do it. Elikor does clean it up. Tiger's taking a lot of damage. Ams cleaning him up. There's so many red players all around on the point. They try to get some time on there, but instantly denied. So many players. Connor, like Starkey, came out of spawn and just mulched players. Se7en trying to do something. Elikor gets cleaned up by Starkey. Se7en is the only player left. Just
he trades with Raymond. That was so big, this was looking so bad, he was so weak, but he still gets the 2 rockets he needs. This is so big for them.
Oh my gosh, this is just insane. Like, how?
That was the definition of a last ditch for Dan.
Yeah.
Kills himself.
And they're going
Raymond.
into second right now. They clean up Starkey. Look at this chariot once again with the 2 scouts just entering in. But now they've got a good position for their players. They're getting set up. They've got a little bit of an advantage. They may be aware of it. They need to start building, which Ams is well aware that he needs to do. And yeah, we see just the sort of standard things you expect from this situation.
What I really didn't like out of the push into last is that they, for one, didn't even bother considering that the sticks on the point, as you can hide them in a bit of geometry, especially if the cones are still there, and that's what they did. But they also didn't bother putting any of the sticks on the point themselves, and Ams is just in a bit too deep, gets caught by the sentry. Advantage push cancelled before it even happened. And yeah, like I was saying, Elaku just was too busy piping things, and that happens every once in a while with Elaku. Where he just wants to pipe things badly and doesn't use sticks. Speaking of which,
Starkey just dies off it. He like pipes him, and then Starkey tries to shoot him and ends up going down. And they want to go into lobby off that. Like, it's equal. So they have to be really good with this last push. Am's wanting to go in, like he's confident. Domo's very far forward, not connected with the medic. If he goes down, this is a really good situation for Ascent to be in. Raymond gets forced in the end. They just need to back out and then re-push. As Starkey tries to deny them, Ams goes in, gets cleaned up. Se7en is creating a lot of mess as well, trying to get onto Raymond, gets a really good direct onto the left. Look at this from Ascent, cleaning players left and right. Tiger doing a lot of work though as well. Se7en's got the still stick out going on the captain, and Credu super low. So many players low for Ascent. They're going to lick their wounds, but Drak may, yeah, just wants to spam it on the right hand side again. But Ascent really good last push. Even
they are so
like
close
what
to
a
getting
response
these, yeah.
from Se7en. Like, you don't expect Se7en to be in that situation on an equal Uber push into their last.
Yeah, it's really close. Drag and Amp still in lobby, Soldier and Spy for that matter, so maybe a potential backup. No, he just wants to get for the stand. Raymond in trouble, he sees it coming.
Well aware.
Oh, he gets a pistol shot, so one away, but he doesn't hit it.
Raymond's so slow, he nearly dies. He nearly dies to spam there from Elikor. That was so close.
So unfortunate as well, the Drag wanted to go for the backup instead of just waiting and shudder for Raymond to fall back into him. Drag and Amps coordinated that
Oh,
better.
look at that
They could've
aggression
gotten
though.
that.
Elikor nearly goes down as Captain just bombs in really, really nicely. And Ascent getting bullied out. It's still 1-1 on the score. 13 minutes left. This is so close, but not boring. These teams are so evenly matched, but in a really good way, as Drak tries to deny the real aggression coming out of Se7en as they come in from Valley. Credu going down. Uber's been exchanged right now. A little bit longer for Ascent as, you know, Thalash dragging players back. Captain looking for the opportunity to spam. Am still on Spy. 1v1ing Thalash. Thalash gets cleaned up, not before cleaning up. Am Salenta's doing a lot of damage. Raymond takes a lot. Captain
Big arrow by
trapped in.
corner, Captain will go down.
Oh, that was really good. Like, both teams did some really good plays. I feel like Ascent just came out on top, but had the skin of their teeth. And
This is definitely
Se7en,
looking like a much improved exchange for Se7en, yeah.
yeah, and Se7en holding this really nicely. Direct's going on to Starkey though, as a lot of damage goes on to Ascent players now, as they're going to be backing out through choke. Starkey maybe doing some sort of chase play, looking to damage those players that are already damaged, but Drak's well aware of what Starkey may do. Goes for the airshot, doesn't land it. Starkey tries to just do something, gets suspended by Ams and ends up going down. They've lost their roamer. They need to play passively right now. They've got a little bit of ad, but it's absolutely nothing as it does equal out.
Yeah, and even Ubers is what we see right now on with T1 roamer, like you said, already down. Sense now in the position to maybe do something, but we had this position before where both teams struggled for a few minutes to really get the ball rolling again and just tried with some passive exchanges and throwing the soldiers in desperately, but it's been a long time since, and maybe they have new ideas now for that. Is Captain trying to find his way in, but Elikor just dead on him, finds the kill into the pocket. See if Ascent have an answer now.
Yeah. And, you know, Captain going down's creating an why Elikor? That was a really bad decision from Elikor. Gets cleaned up so instantly, and they've created an opportunity for Se7en to go in. Like, they should have... Elikor should not have jumped there. That was a really bad decision from him. He just got absolutely mulched. But Salentes putting in work, trying to deal with the situation for his team. Elikor is coming back, but the Uber has come out for Se7en. The exchange is on Connor. Well held, good timing on that. They're chasing them through house right now. The Uber has just faded, but they're not going to chase too hard as they look for maybe a rotation. As Elikor is going to come back, join his team, and oof.
That was a really sketchy moment for Raymond as well before they actually popped. He was in choke for so long before they actually decided how they wanted to do this, and he connected with the flash to actually pop in. He was even forced, like, visibly earlier than he wanted to. There was just so much confusion on Se7en before they actually popped. It was really strange to see. They just really looked like they didn't know how they wanted to pop in, and they're lucky that Raymond has the reaction to not drop there.
Yeah. This one thing I really like about Sunshine is the way it's got 3 entrances between second and mid. Like, really interesting entrances. You've got Cafe, you've got Choke, and then you've got Flowers, and there's quite a lot for players to watch. It's a little bit harder to hold than most maps, I'd say, but we're going to get a Flowers rotation coming out of Se7en as they're bullying players out. Drak takes a lot of damage. Stark's going in behind. He's jumping away left and right. Credu's dealing a lot of damage to him. Whilst that's happening, though, like, Se7en just back out. They just didn't get their man into a good position, and Ascent want to punch him through it. Going through Cafe, looking. Oh, look, oh no! Domo and Captain get a drop onto Connor. That's really. You can't blame him for that, honestly. Like, that spam was so perfect. Direct and a pipe. Oh.
English hard.
Oh,
but
gosh.
anyway,
Elikor.
yeah, this is exactly what they needed. This gives them so much momentum. Elikor dying so late here as well. No sticks for the point for another 15 seconds before the demo man spawns again. They only have to do with Tiger being down, but they have this full Uber advantage to make matters better for them. Drag wants to force them early, but they take so long before they actually enter here. Drag just jumps into his death himself.
Good positioning from them. They call out the Uber as well on this right hand side. Salentes bombs in, cleans up to Lash. That's one player not able to cap, but Starkey just bodying on the point. There's so much time. They just need to get Tiger into a position. But the heavy is up. Elikor is in a position where he's got some good traps, but they haven't denied too much. Domo clearing up that point. Tiger just needs to put his butt on it. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Credu going for the deny, and that's 2-1. What a play from Se7en.
Yeah, they just got barely enough on the first push. That the second one was good enough there, and lucky that Elikor's stickies didn't deal any more damage than they did. Se7en scrapping away with a second round, 8.5 minutes left on the clock. Close game, like you mentioned. and it will come down to this next mid fight to see who will have the edge on this fourth round here.
Yeah, and Elikor a lot quicker than before, but Domo just doing a much better rollout in my opinion. But Starkey so quick, died. Captain taking up, oh, I think he's taking up Tetris, but what a bomb onto Connor. He gets cleaned up. Domo's going down as well. Tiger, this is Ascent's mid. They are not taking anything but pure annihilation onto Raymond. As Raymond's trapped, he takes a lot of damage. The Lash goes down. Raymond manages to get out with his life, but look at this chase. My God.
They really wanted him, but they're just a bit too slow, and which is the exact opposite of what Se7en was doing this mid. They were so aggressive, which is weird, because beforehand they played the control game so well on the mid fights. Now they want to just like put on turbo mode, but it's just backfiring really hard. Lucky to even keep their medic alive after this mid fight. Raymond doesn't quite have yet, but it will be enough to keep Ascent on their toes and not just rush into last year.
Yeah, and again, it's just this whole situation as Ascent are just looking for that opportunity to go in. It seems like they're not afraid to go with an equal Uber in. They'll just find out if Domo's disconnected, which he is right now from the med, but Salentes gets picked up by that trap, so they're gonna back out. Captain putting a lot of aggression onto Drac. Maybe some sort of position could have been taken up if they got Drac, but Thalash actually on Pyro, it's... Oh, Drac's in! I don't think anyone knows. Yeah, they've only just realised now as he just gets eaten up by Starkey, but Starkey takes a lot of damage there. That was a interesting play.
Yeah, unlucky for him that he doesn't quite get the pack in the end. Could have at least traded if he landed just a bit faster. Now it's Stark's turn to see if he can make a play here, but still just spots it immediately. And that's Stark's play over before it even started. Spawner comes in with Drag, and Ascent just want to take that time here. They don't want to make a rush play and lose space all the way to their second if they mess this up now.
Yeah, and this is the most stalemate the game has been so far.
Why is Credible on mid?
Oh gosh.
What happened there?
Wait, what? Oh, he's on... Yeah, he's just chilling. He's just having fun, you know?
I am very confused by that. I think he wanted to go back in off-class with the spawn on Drag, but Drag just closed the door. I would imagine that would happen. There we go, he just took his time to switch action classes.
Ah.
That was awkward.
I just thought Credit was going on an adventure, to be honest. He was just like, let's go look at lap.
Yeah, but Drag must have closed the door and you just had to go all the way to last.
Yeah, but now we're going to see some angles being taken up by Credu. I don't see a sniper for Se7en, so they're not really playing with it. Credu is such a good sniper. We've seen him time and time again do so well. And a lot of spam coming out from all of the players from Se7en on this right-hand side, but Credu patiently looking for that angle.
Connor got another trap!
No! But headshot brings out from Credu, but not able to do anything. But they get Flash and Captain, so the push is not going to be too bad. They're going to have to try and force some sort of Uber out of Se7en right now, as they are trying to get some rotation on Credu into a good position. Salentes is lower. We'll see. What will probably happen is if they know that Stark, if he reads it correctly, oh no, he gets spotted out. He could have jumped up. I think he's going to do it anyway, and he goes on to Raymond. Nearly gets, oh my god, that confidence from Raymond to keep himself alive, knowing the second rocket isn't going to come, was so good. And Se7en take up second.
Yeah, another just opportunity ruined by a really unfortunate drop. And this one, unlike the one on mid, is a bit less excusable in that the sticky trap has been in that spot the entire time. Like every time they went to last, Domo had that exact trap.
Oh,
and they just don't expect it.
Captain gets caught out by the trap, gets dropped by his medic, but Salentes creating a lot of distractions right now. Credit getting picked up by Falash. Elikor going down as well. They're wrapping around all of these Ascent players. They're trying to make something happen, and Se7en much more in control right now. Drak goes down, Salentes down as well. That is 4 players out of there, and only Ames and and Connor left.
Yeah, and suddenly the super advantage doesn't mean a whole lot for Connor anymore, because without players they just can't make use of it. Se7en will take second on top of mid as well, and suddenly this has become this has gone from a mid exchange where they would just pop in and get it back to desperately trying to get out of last in the last 3.5 minutes of the game.
Starkey, that's not allowed. He's breaking rules again. That's not allowed, isn't it?
Wait, what did he do?
It is allowed. Wallbugs are allowed.
Wallbugs, yeah. Wallbugs.
Oh my god, no, Connor!
Uses them effectively.
Yeah, ends up Salentes going down. Starkey getting traded, but Connor You know what? I thought he was going to drop that. Oh, he's
Well,
dead
he
anyway.
died
Never
either way.
mind.
He's just way too far into second after disastrous Uber. Raymond still has, but Kurdu doesn't hit the shots he needs to force Uber. Just leaves instead. Or does he know he's just still dancing around behind them? Wants to get Captain. He does get the kill, but that's all they're really
Oh no,
able
this
to
is not
save
good.
here.
This is not good for Ascent as the Uber has come out of Raymond. You know, Se7en just barreling down on these players, but being very patient on their timing of the point. Domo starting it off for his team. A lot of aggression coming out. Well, look at Starkey going in, creating so much space. Just, it's cleanup crew now. They're just cleaning everyone up. They're putting the dishes away, and that is 3-1 to Se7en.
Yeah, this is certainly a much improved Se7en from the first map. They're playing a lot calmer in most of these situations and a lot more consequent on the cleanup as well into last, which just lagged on Snake severely. And the secret strats are coming out of Connor and Cole Kritzkrieg and will be to mid. They need to have like 4 wipes in a row on mid and last twice to have any chances of gold cap here.
We'll do that. So on the 5th mid, Captain gets absolutely mulched by Drac there. And Doma gets picked up. Starkey goes down as well. AMS is a trade, but Salentes bombing onto Raymond gets cleaned up. Oh no, this is not good for Ascent. They started off so well, and they're getting so much damage put on them. Connor is not in a good place. Gets killed. Elikor all on his own in flowers. Maybe able to get... Raymond got dangerously low there. A second pipe would have cleaned them up, but Se7en is so in control right now. It's completely... It's reverse, but better for Se7en. And they're going to get second, and they're going to be in a good advantage to go in to last. 1 minute 30 left. There is nothing Ascent can do. It's a map apiece. But let's see what they do for this last push.
Yeah, let's see, push in from the right side, Uber popped around the corner, no sniper shot for Kurdu, wants to try and actually with some help of the sentry gun, picks up Palash. Gun goes down, but it's all they're getting again. Flank side on the right, just gets completely denied, nobody got in at all. Granted, they don't need to actually have this push go successfully to win anymore, but it's still not a good look if it's consistently what's going wrong on these last pushes here.
Yeah, 1 minute left. They, you know, oh, what's Starkey doing now? Oh, god damn it, Starkey. Why you do this? Yeah, get down. Yeah, damn straight. That's what you should be doing. You should be playing on the floor. Anyway. No floaty float. This is Halloween.
The Stark doesn't care about silly things like gravity.
Yeah. Thash, Elikor just kills him out. Creddy trying to go for a hero shot, not able to do it. 30 seconds left. Drac just playing on his guitar, you know, doesn't really care what's going on. 25 seconds left. Poor Drac gets destroyed by Tiger there. Uber exchange is happening on lobby. This is absolutely crazy. But Se7en want to make a play on to last. Tiger going to start up this cap, but Elikor not having any of it. Salentes just denying once again. Elikor goes down, but 8 seconds left. They're going to make it 4-1 at the end of that. That is it. That is Sunshine going to Se7en with a 4-1 lead. You know what? I feel really sorry for you guys. You know, this was an amazing match, but it was nothing like that Snake Water match was next level. Was next level.
I really hope we can get somebody to just like sit in a demo, record that, and we can have like 2 separate versions of the game, uploaded to YouTube at least, so we can at least see what happened, but also like keep
doesn't realize that my casting is really bad.
That's you. We can just compare everything you missed. But yeah, this was a really, really entertaining game, and I think at some point Se7en just figured them out a bit too much on Sunshine here, and Ascent started running into the wall that you would expect Se7en to be much more so than it was the case on Snakewater. And they just tried to play aggressive a little bit too much. Connor got caught too many times. He already did on Snake, but they had other stuff going for them to make up for it for sure, and just not so much on this map. So let's load up some logs. Let's see some numbers if there's anything as amazing to compare in the last one.
One thing quickly before we move on. Someone wants to say bye.
Bye everybody, have fun.
That was Grumpy Mum, if you remember her from LAN. Anyway, back to logs. Let me get them up. Yes. Actually, have you got logs? Can I get the logs?
I can send them to you in a second. Oh no, my Mumble doesn't want to use the chat, so that's fine. Nice. Okay. Game doesn't work today, Mumble doesn't work today, everything's just nice today, isn't it?
Just send it over Steam, come on.
Yeah, 1 second. Just need to find you. Hopefully you doesn't... Yeah, okay, you're smart enough to not have Arena. Thanks. There we go. Alright, what we see immediately is just Scouts, which is a big difference to DuMmTm on the last map. And 3 of those Fnash Hams and Tiger leading the chance in terms of kills. All over 20, just denying soldiers all over the place. Damage-wise, it's the DuMmTm again, but Domo having such an improved performance. Died much, much less as well, which, like all other things aside, damage, kills, whatever, but he just died way too much on Snakewater, more so than anything else, where Elakur died less than his medic. This time around, Domo technically still died twice as much as Raymond, but Raymond only died 4 times, which is really great in and of itself, so 8 deaths are certainly affordable here.
Yeah, but I don't like logs, man. I don't like logs. Like,
well, if you don't like logs, then we have some people here you can talk to instead. How about that?
Yeah. So basically, from there, yeah, we'll talk to these wonderful gentlemen. Yes, my brain works. I promise. So we're going from the top. We'll introduce you. So we've got Ams from Ascent, and we've got Solentes from Ascent, and then we've got Tiger from Se7en. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Feeling alright, thank you very much.
Yeah. Honestly, first game, what a game. Second game was a lot more one-sided on Se7en's favour, but honestly, an amazing series, guys.
Yeah, it's a shame you didn't cast the first game, right?
He did, nobody else
I
did, because everybody else crashed from the server.
I was going to say, was it because of the update or something?
Yes,
yeah.
Everybody crashed. Vita crashed, I crashed, but Grumpy didn't, so he just casted with like no video.
Yeah,
Yes.
none of us
Vita
crashed. None of us crashed in the game as well.
Yeah, it was really strange. Like, only production crashed apparently, and then Vita just drew the game while Grumpy radio casted.
Fair enough.
It was intense. It was such a good game.
I wish I could comment on that, but I didn't see any of it. Well, not any
Alright,
of it, but like
so
only the first 10 minutes or so.
I'm probably going to have to lead these combos. So, first map. I'm gonna go straight to the Ascent boys first. So coming into this is, let's be honest, this is kind of what a lot of people are expecting to be the final of this season to be. So did you guys feel like you had to kind of prove a point to Se7en that you were a team to to be feared, or were you just like, oh, it's just any other team?
I don't think it's like a point to prove, more so that we want to prove it to ourselves, Just like, because we know we have certain things on Snake that are really good against every team we've played against, like holding last. We're pretty good at holding last on Snake, and just being able to prove that all the practice of doing that stuff paid off in the end. I think that's the real win.
I have to say, the repushes from you guys, especially like at the start of Sunshine, Jesus Christ, that was amazing. And the sort of the repushes and the post-Uber fights you guys had, you seemed really confident in the way you're handling a lot of those situations, and especially your last hulls as well were really well calculated on Snakewater. Like, just quickly going on to yourself, Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
So the first match, one thing I noticed was I felt like you guys were a lot more aggressive than I've seen. Was there kind of this feeling like you really wanted to get back into the game after the first round?
We just fucking suck at Snake. That's the bottom line, really. So we had to change something, and it didn't work. Like we lost the game due to mids, pretty much. Like we lost 2 rounds very quickly, and that just sort of set the tone. Then, like we were always on a uphill battle. We got back into it a bit, but then it happens. And if we only lost 1 round, we would have still like gone to golden cap at least. But
yeah,
it's 2-0 down. It's always a bit difficult. But yeah, we genuinely just fucking suck on that map.
But it was a valiant effort. Like, it was so close. It was a really, really good match to watch. Like, one thing I did notice with you guys was your last pushes were they felt a little.
Well, the thing with our last pushes is we've done the same one for so long, like the way we play it, and it's kind of it's getting predictable now, obviously. So we need to obviously look at that, and think of something else to do, because we can like the way we push right side is very set out now, and everyone sort of knows what's happening next. And it's unless we just win the DM fight, which against a decent team, you're not going to win it all the time. Like we won it twice, I guess. But I think overall, yeah, we just would like Snake's probably our worst map.
Yeah. But yeah, so all in all, like, so going forward, so you've got actually, first off, when was the last time you lost a map?
What, like outside of scrims or like in
outside?
ETF2L?
Yeah, in ETF2L.
I don't know. Hold on.
It's quite a while ago. So
Let me
it's
do my history check.
yeah.
There was against the Bin Black in season 29.
Yeah, we lost thingy.
And there was one against Swift in the grand finals last season.
Yeah, we lost one map last season.
Yes, so that's it basically. And LAN, if you want to count that, but that's not ETF2L.
That's not ETF2L. This is ETF2L we're talking about here.
Yeah. And if you only count the Europeans, they didn't lose to any Europeans at LAN either, so. Yeah, it's been a while.
One question I kind of have for this kind of open to everyone. So it's more about this season so far. So we're week 5 in. There are some like really interesting teams out there. Like, how are you feeling with the competition, guys? I'll start with you, Ams. Like, how are you feeling about this season? Now we're in the thick of it.
Yeah, there's one good team, and the rest are okay. I don't know. I think we can beat the rest. I think Se7en are good. I think that's what we're aiming for. We want to beat them in the finals, and yeah, I think we just gotta make sure that the rest don't counter strat us too hard and
We
knock us out in the
definitely,
playoffs.
we definitely don't think think we're gonna win when we play every team. Like to stay focused in the zone, but we don't respect them in game very often, unless we have to. Like lots of aggression usually.
And for yourself, Tiger?
I think like there's obviously like a clear sort of like top 3 or 4 maybe, if you depends what Aura Electro turns up. But then there's like the top prem, and then there's the top, which is probably like these two teams. And I think it honestly like just depends on how much scrim time we all get and how well we start, doing the demo reviews and stuff like that and getting stuff down. I think that's our main goal, and learning what we need to change on certain maps. But I think the competition this season, like the jump between top prem and like the low prem isn't as big as it's been before. There are some teams that are decent; they could probably take maps of each other. But I don't think there's going to be like a massive jump in I don't think the top 3 spots are going to be contested very, very much, unless there's a massive choke or someone plays the game of their life.
Speaking of chokes, has anyone seen what happened in the Swift game?
No.
Nope.
It's getting into spoilers, but I imagine the more I talk about it, everybody who doesn't want to hear it can switch off now, and you can talk about it now, if you want to.
Oh, what's happened?
They lost the map to the German team.
Oh.
I don't know what map though.
Yeah. Actually, let me check up logs just so we don't have like anything wrong here.
Okay, whilst you're checking that, I'm just going to I'll just move on to some further questions. Let's move on to the next map.
They actually lost both maps.
Oh my gosh,
That's interesting. Both 1 round difference as well. 3-2, 2-1.
Grimmers.
So yeah, interesting times and not first to second place prem, it seems.
So coming on to Sunshine. So Ams and Soletas, I'll do you guys first with this question, and then I'll bring it on to you, Tiger, if that's okay. So like as soon as the round starts, it seems like a very confident start for Se7en. Starkey and Captain kind of feel like they're taking a bit of charge during the mid. And then, how did you guys come to that decision of doing that amazing repush through Cafe? Because that was so good.
It's all lambs.
All lambs.
Cool.
Yeah, it's an AMS Uber.
What situation was that?
Like the
It
first
was
mid.
right at the start, where you said they wouldn't expect it.
Oh yeah. I just got to go for a trade from Cafe because I thought they were out of position, and we just ran into their medic who didn't have Uber. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, it was going to be a trade originally.
Well, it was a pleasure to watch. It was really good. Now, so coming on to that point, how did the Se7en team that happened? did that knock you guys back? Were you kind of, like, oh god, this is going to be difficult?
Not really, because
or
we sort of like, as soon as they went behind, I knew the 2 spawners were coming. I think I killed 2 soldiers like after this as well, so we could sort of stabilize.
I don't remember this. It must have been skipped from my memory.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure we just capped mid because I think we left someone to cap. I think.
And then me and jumped to you, and you
killed us. Yeah, and so I was already like posted up on second, like the normal take space while we can kind of thing, thinking that they were out in lobby. So as they push on, I was already on second, and I couldn't really walk out choke because they're fighting there with an Uber. So I just thought, right, I'll try and pull heads back to last or something, and ended up getting 2 kills somehow. I don't know.
That's little scout pass.
Yeah, that one.
Scouts always like that though. But I feel like the second map was so the first map, for my opinion, I felt like Ascent were kind of always in the driver's seat. It felt like they were mainly in control most of the time.
You always will be when you get like a big early lead. Like you always sort of have the you can dictate the pace whether you want to play fast or slow. It was a game of 2 halves really for Snakewater though, because it was like 13 minutes left, and then you guys started really taking it away. Well, I think with 13 minutes left, it was still 1-1 or something like that. The thing with Snake, if as bad as it sounds, like with the current way that we play it, as long as we're not pushed to last off mid, we're usually okay. We can usually take some space and eventually get back to their last, which we did a few times, and then just fucked up the last pushes like normal. But if we get pushed to last, then it's just you can't do anything but wait for the other team to do something. So it's one of those, like, as soon as you're on your last, you're just waiting for something to happen, like they might catastrophically fail the last push or something like that, and then we can push out. But if you're on second, you've got a bit of fruit, like you got a bit of leeway, kind of thing.
Well, Dom, have you got any questions for these wonderful gentlemen?
I had a similar question to you with the other teams and like who they're going to play, but then I actually checked who they're going to play, and both of them only have 1 game left, despite it being week 5 due to teams dying. And secondly, there's a chance that only Se7en will have a future game, depending on what happens to the Fellowship. So, yeah, it's weird. I don't know for sure yet. I haven't heard anything official. So, there's the chance only 1 game between these 2 teams in 2 weeks of ETF2L happens anymore until playoffs. So that question kind of solved itself already. And let's just move to shoutouts and get going.
Yeah, let's do that. So, Ams, got any shoutouts for us?
Shout out to Crowdy's dog and Crowdy's mom too. She's watching.
Shout out to the Ascent organization. Thank you to all the people who watched the 1 game, and thank you guys for casting.
The 1 game?
Oh, I GrumpyKoi for the
they only watched 1 game. Yeah. They heard the other one.
Well, produced.
Yeah, I put some work in. You're like, my lungs hurt. But and yourself, Tiger?
Shout out to my team for coming back and fucking keeping the flawless streak on Sunshine. And shout out to them.
Alright, well, Dum, got anyone?
Shout out to Grumpy for carrying Snakewater. Shout out to Grumpy Mom for existing in the background as noise every time something happened that was exciting.
Yeah, she was riling me on. It was great.
Shoutouts to Vita for great stream graphics on Snakewater, and shoutouts for Valve for making this an interesting evening, to say the least.
Yeah. And finally, I'm just going to do shout out to all the teams that played, Vita and DuMmTm, and shout outs to the sponsors for this season of ETF2L. That is Copenhagen Games and S31. We have been teamfortress.tv. We gave you the coverage of Season 31, Week 5, Ascent.EU versus Se7en. The score was 1 map each. And we will see you on the next cast. Bye.